Today we're going to be talking about the new Netflix original animated series, Fast and Furious Spy Racers. Hey everybody, my name is Justin. I love to watch movies. If you guys love to watch movies too, you guys are in the right spot. Make sure to hit the subscribe button down below and click that bell notification for more up and coming videos. Today we're going to talk about the new Netflix original animated series, Fast and Furious Spy Racers. Yes, this is an animated series that is a spin-off of the Fast and Furious franchise. And this centers around Tony Toretto, who is the cousin of Dom Toretto, played by Vin Diesel in the Fast and Furious movies. And he is recruited by Miss Nowhere to do a mission for her, similar to Mr. Nobody, as he got a team together. Tony Toretto gets a team together, and they are spies, and they are trying to stop a bad guy. This show mirrors a lot of the fourth Fast and Furious film. There's a tunnel sequence. They have to get into races, much like that Fast and Furious movie. It's odd that we got into a point in the franchise where we have an animated show, and oddly the storyline feels like it could work on the big screen. The Fast and Furious franchise has got more outlandish as more movies have come out. The group has worked with the CIA, so now that we have this animated show with these group of kids working for the CIA and becoming spy racers, it's not a far-fetched idea. It's an idea that could work on the big screen. And a lot of the action sequences within this show feel like it could be on the big screen. Yes, they are really outlandish and crazy and epic and big and explosive, but it would work on the big screen. My main issue with this show, and yes, I understand that it is an animated series, it feels very cartoony and it feels very corny, and some of the characters are obnoxious. The dialogue is very kid friendly. My issue with that is that it's taking a property, the Fast and Furious movies, that are not targeted towards kids per se. They're targeted more towards adults. They're PG-13 movies. Women in bikinis and cursing and people dying. It's not a kid-friendly movie. Yeah, I watched it as a kid, but I understand that it wasn't for kids. It was more geared towards adults. They are taking that adult series and making an animated show out of it. So you're watching all of these things happen, yes, with teenagers, and it just feels very corny. I'm not sure why this thing came to be in the first place. You're taking an adult-centered franchise and turning it into a kid-centered animated series. I'm not sure if they are trying to make it more fun and trying to get kids involved so they can go see Fast and Furious 9. I'm not sure what their agenda was when making this animated series, because there's a lot of times where it just makes no sense at all, much like the Fast and Furious franchise. But some of the dialogue is just way too cheesy for me. There's a person in the show who talks about getting some money and then wanting to go to see a movie and buying buttered popcorn. That's what he wants to do with his earnings. There's cars that shoot paint at people. There is a kid named Frosty. All of it seems to be targeted towards kids. And yes, it's an animated show targeted towards kids. But I'm not sure if this is the right idea to do when your main source is targeted towards adults. It'd be like taking the Triple X franchise with Vin Diesel as well and say, hey, let's turn this into a kids series. Why? Why would you do that kind of thing? And yes, I wanted to check out this show because I like Fast and the Furious, and I heard that Vin Diesel would be executive producer and he'd be voicing his character in the show. So I wanted to see it. I like Fast and Furious, so I just wanted to see what it was like. And I did enjoy most of it. There is a lot of racing. There is a lot of scenes that do seem like they are similar to the Fast and Furious movies. There's characters that are very outlandish, crazy, weird, but it was just way too corny at times and way too cartoonish. And I can understand because it is an animated series, but I'm just left thinking, why? Why was this a thing when you have a set of movies that are about killing people and there's girls in bikinis and guns and everything? It's not a kid-friendly series of movies, but yet you're turning it into a kid-friendly animated series produced by DreamWorks. It's just odd to me. I did watch it. I did enjoy it for the most part, but I just can't get past the idea that it's way too cartoonish, way too silly for me. And yes, I understand that it is an animated series, but I'm just left wondering why. So before I give you my final thoughts and score on Fast and Furious Spy Racers, the animated series on Netflix, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below and click that bell notification for more up and coming videos. Guys, we're at almost 6,000 subscribers. I appreciate all the support throughout the years. It really means a lot to me. So make sure to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any of my up and coming videos. Fast and Furious Spy Racers. Yeah, it was fun at times for an animated series. The animation is okay. There's a lot of car racing, which I found to be fun. Most of the Fast and Furious movies have forgotten about car racing. So it was fun to see some of those car racing moments in here. And Vin Diesel in the first episode, even though his animation looked very odd, it was nice to hear him in the movie. I just can't get past the fact that they're taking an adult-centered franchise and turning it into a kid-centered TV show and turning it into a really cartoony show, which I know is an animated series, but I'm not sure if this was the right idea in the first place. I'm gonna go ahead and give Fast and Furious Spy Racers, the animated series, a C+. Have you guys seen Fast and Furious Spy Racers? It is on Netflix now, animated series. Please be warned that it is an animated series, not with real people. Make sure to subscribe button down below and click the notification for more up and coming videos. My name is Just Watch Movies, and you guys stay classy, YouTube.